Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review. And today we're going to be doing my comic load for the week, as well as news, updates, questions, answers, and anything else that might come to mind. So, big week this month, really big week. I think it was like 18 comics, maybe. I'm not sure. I was counting out how many sleeves I had to put the comics in, and it came out to like 20, but I have a variant in there, so we'll see. As well as a return to a comic that I dropped. I dropped it like 2 months ago, so it was only really 1 month I didn't read it. See, getting promoted twice does help out the paycheck, so I'm glad to see this comic come back. With that said, we might as well start where we always start, with a little bit of Batman in our life. With Batman the Dark Knight, issue number 23, The Wrath of Clayface. Now, this is a semi conclusion to the Clayface story arc, which really has only been 2 or 3 issues. It's kind of a mini story arc, but again, it's a semi conclusion because I think it might continue on another issue after the Villains Month because it leaves off on a bit of a cliffhanger. Basically, Batman needs to take out Clayface because Clayface is, well, just going around doing senseless violence and killing people, even his own people, even his own henchmen. But there's a reason for that. Clayface may not be the one pulling the strings. Someone might be pulling the strings of Clayface. Who is the mastermind behind Clayface's attacks and behavior? And also, how is Batman going to take down Clayface? I'll give you a hint. He's going to need all of Gotham's finest to do so. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I do really like the fact that this is a rotating artist um, comic. You know, we'll have one artist at one story arc, another artist on another story arc, and then another artist on another story arc. It's very reminiscent to Legend of the Dark Knights, which was one of the best ongoing Batman comics, period. And I do like that. While the art may not be my cup of tea, I do appreciate the art for this story. It works very well. It's really just the art on the cover. I don't know the artist that well at all. Alex Malvi. But I did enjoy his art for this story, and it worked out very well for the Clayface story. A great pacing for the story, and I really did like kind of how Batman had to defeat Clayface with a bit of help. It was nice. Dialogue was spot on, and Greg Hurwitz, I really do like how he's taking various different villains from the Batman's rogue gallery, minor villains like again Scarecrow, Mad Hatter, and Clayface, and kind of freshening them up and giving them their own story, which is good because all we see is really the Two-Face, the Jokers, and the Ra's al Ghuls. It's nice to see some of the other rogue galleries kind of getting a bit more to them. Bad. The only bad I can really say is how Batman defeats Clayface. He has like a not magical, but a super sci-fi gun. But besides that, I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed this issue, and I will give it a 5 out of 5. Despite the fact that the gun was a little silly, it was still a fun issue. Moving on to Batman Incorporated Special Number One. This is, I think, the official end to Batman Incorporated. So, basically, what this is a compilation of various different stories using the Batman of the world. From El Gaucho to Night Runner to Night Squire to even Batcow. Yes, Batcow gets its own story. I don't know how to feel about Batcow's story because it's absolutely hilarious and awesome, but also eyebrow raising at the same time. Anyways, putting that aside, these are just nice little compilation stories. It's exactly what you think it would be. Nothing major to the Batman Incorporated story arc that happened not too long ago with the death of Talia al Ghul. It's just there. In saying that, I did enjoy a lot of the stories. My favorite being the Night Squire one, which really they gotta make a ongoing series of her because not to ruin too much, and most people already know this because it happened in Batman Inc. Squire becomes the new knight, and I think it would be a perfect opportunity to have a superhero who has such a great motif and has a lot of character development for a not even a secondary character, like a background character, a lot of character development. And in addition to that, have her be in England and have not only another strong female character, but have a female character or just a comic book character in general that's not located in the States. I do like the fact that there could be diversity with where heroes are located. That's why I was a big proponent on do a Cassandra Cain story and have it be in Japan. Do a Knight story and have it be in England. Hell, I want to see a Red Rocket story in Russia. Why not have a German superhero? Or a superhero based in, I don't know, France. I mean, there's opportunity to span the gap of where superheroes are located and based. Putting that aside, this was a fun issue. I give it a 3 out of 5. Is it necessary? No. If you enjoyed the Batman Inc. characters, then yeah, pick them up because all of them get um, a good send off in this, for lack of a better term. Particularly Night Squire, she gets the best issue or story in this issue. 3 out of 5. Moving on to the next Batman comic, and it is considered part of the Batman family, is Batman Superman issue number 3. Basically, in this, the Batman and Superman of our Earth, or Earth Prime, come into contact with Batman and Superman of Earth 2. I'm not really sure if we have to call it Earth Prime, Earth New 52, New Earth. What is the official mainstream DC Universe's Earth called? It's not called Earth 1 because that's the graphic novel Earth. Earth 2 is, of course, Earth 2, the comic, the Golden Age-ish characters, and then Earth 3 is the crime syndicate. So really, it can't be. Is it Earth Prime? Because that's where Superboy Prime is from. That's technically our Earth. And is it Earth New 52? If so, that's kind of a silly name for it. I think New Earth is always a good term to use for that Earth. Anyways, putting that aside, the Batman and Superman start working together, and they notice the great differences between them. You see the young Batman and Superman notice how much they have to grow, and the old Batman and Superman how much they have lost since they've grown, in a good and a bad way. You get to see Lois Lane and Wonder Woman in this, which is cool. And it's again progressing the story, which will lead into what will be the first story arc for Earth 2 and Justice League, at least to a minor degree. Good. Art was fantastic. Really did like the dichotomy, the contrast between the four characters and how they're interacting. And yeah, fun dialogue. Bad is the story is, well, it's a little slow. It's only third issue, but I feel as though we're just establishing where to go and what to do. I feel as though that should have been second issue, maybe give us a little bit more. But besides that, this is a solid comic series. I'm glad they have a Batman Superman comic back again, or Superman Batman, or whoever you want to put first. Again, it's technically part of the Batman family, and the reason why I say it's technically part of the Batman family because all the families in the DC universe, whether it's the Young Justice or the Batman or the Green Lantern or the Justice League base books, all are color coded, and this is color coded to the Batman color on the New 52 symbol. So yes, 4 out of 5. Pick this up. Great series. Really do enjoy it. Going from a great series to a not so great one, Catwoman. Oh God, I'm not even gonna review this. And Nocenti, you may do okay on Katana, but you don't know Catwoman. I feel as though you're. Why is Catwoman going to a secret underground area where Dr. Phosphorus has a tribe of people, and how are horses surviving underneath Gotham? And why does Gotham have like so many layers of secret things? And why is there like a primitive tribe under Gotham? And it just baffles me. I understand Gotham's been around for a while, and I understand that there's a lot to it, and there's a lot of secret things you can do. But that's just absurd. In the comics, it's absurd, and it's silly and goofy. I really do hope at the end of Villains Month, or not Villains Month, the Year One month where everyone gets to see what they're doing in the year zero. Sorry, year zero. John Layman does take over the comic because one, I feel more confident with him on the comic, and two, I feel more confident with him on the comic. And Nocenti, I'm sure she's a good writer when put into her comfort zone, but she just doesn't write Catwoman good. She does not. Oh my god. Like I said, I enjoy her Katana stuff, but I can't enjoy Catwoman. It's just bad. 2 out of 5. Oh my god. Ugh. Moving on to Talon, issue number 11. This is kind of a conclusion to the story arc dealing with Bane. Okay, it is a conclusion. I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to have a sip of water. Um, Basically, it's Bane versus Talon, and both of them are working towards their strength. Talon with his escape artistry act, and Bane with his overwhelming power. While this is going on, we do find out that there is someone in the background interested in Bane and interested in using Bane for help. Who is that someone? And exactly what's his interest in Bane? In addition to that, someone helps out Talon free up his friends. But who is that someone? And can Talon get along with them? Read the good, the bad, and whether or not you should get it. Good. Uh, Great guest appearance. Awesome utilization of Bane. Nice cliffhanger. Really did enjoy the fight. Bad. Again, I think Bane's lackeys are stupid looking. I don't really care for their designs. And two is, while the artist is good, I don't think it's the right artist for Talon. So this issue, well, as great as it was, I will hold it at a 4 out of 5. On to a little non-DC, Angel and Faith, issue number 25. What you need, not what you want, part 5. No, what you want, not what you need, part 5. I think this is the end of the Angel and Faith comic. I don't know. We'll see. Basically, in this, Angel and Faith have to take out Whistler, and spoiler, they do. Somehow. But they do it in Angel style. Because Angel always has to have a speech and redemption and all that fun stuff in there. But more importantly, is there's a resolution to this comic. I feel as though this is the last issue. Because, spoiler, one of the two, Angel or Faith, leave the other one to go somewhere. In addition to that, Giles is saved. I mean, he's a kid, but he's alive. His soul, everything, he's been resurrected. The goal of the comic has been completed. If this comic is truly done, and I believe it is, then I have to say it gives good resolution and a nice send off for the characters and the situations. It really is a testament to, despite the fact that Buffy has gone off the beaten track immensely, the strongest comic in the Buffy universe at this time is Angel and Faith. It's a comic that's loyal to the characters, and it's a comic that is loyal to the atmosphere and the stories that were being told in Buffy. I mean, the Buffy comic in the past 2 issues have been okay, but on a whole, season 9 has been. So on a whole, I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5. Strong issue, pick it up, and if it is the end to Angel and Faith, it is a good end, to say the least. Injustice: Gods Among Us, issue number what, 8? Oh yeah, 8. Darkseid's attacks. Darkseid sends Killer back, along with a bunch of parademons, and Superman has to come to a decision. Does he kill? Well, of course he's killed. He's already killed Joker, but who does he kill, and is it okay to kill things like the parademons or Kelleback or even Darkseid? What will be the ultimate decision Superman makes? And will it cause a schism with the Justice League? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Just, this comic has been very consistent, and I have to say that in the most positive way, in that it has consistently good writing, consistently good depth to their characters. I mean, you really do feel the weight of these characters in Superman's slow descent into darkness, and it's a slow descent because he's still kind of Superman. He's still the Man of Steel, but slowly but surely he's becoming something else. You see how other characters react to this, to Flash watching this happen and being very sad about it, to Wonder Woman embracing Superman's newfound assertiveness, for lack of a better term. Um, there's nothing to say that's bad about this. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I enjoyed it. It was fun. No bad. Moving on to, I think, the second biggest comic for me this month, which was TMNT issue number 26? 25. City Fall Part 4? I forget what part it is. It's Part 3 or 4. I got the standard issue, which has really good, and then I wanted to get the variant because it's just Leo being a badass, and we all know who my favorite turtle is, and that's Leonardo. In this, we get to see how the family is reacting to Leo being gone. Raph takes it the hardest, as Raph always does take things the hardest, because he looks up to Leo, and to be honest, Leo is the only person that never gave up on Raph. Splinter is making uneasy alliances with old Hob, and Donnie and Mike have no idea where to go. And Donnie actually has to take up the role of leader and pull the team together because it's supposed to be Leo that does that, and he can't because he's not there. And in addition to that, Leo struggles with where his loyalties lie. Well, he is still under the thrall of the Shredder, under the magical spell. He starts to see glimmers of his past and who he was beforehand. Can Leo break the spell, or will unfortunately it come to head when Leo has to fight the Turtles once again? And this time, will Leo come out on top, or will the Turtles make a decision that will haunt them for the rest of their lives? I sound like a comic book solicit. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good, everything. Bad, nothing. Pick it up. No, really. TMNT has such a solid title that's just so good. From the Casey and April stuff to how Raph is dealing with everything to Shredder's overall demeanor to Leo struggling to reclaim who he was. It's just a fantastic comic. And usually I don't go in depth about the review with TMNT because it is just that good of a comic month in and month out. Pick up TMNT. Jump onto it. It's one of the solid comic book series you cannot go wrong with. And the great thing about TMNT is there's been so many iterations and so many different versions of them that you don't have to read previous stuff. You can read the previous 25 issues of this, which is perfectly fine. Get it in trade, get it in issue. I'm sure someone on eBay is selling issues number 1 through 24 for like $100. It's well worth the investment because this comic is die hard awesome. Pick it up. Pick it up. Moving on to G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero issue number 193. So while Snake Eyes and Scarlet is gone, probably off and making ninja whoopee in the mountains, which I'm all for, the Joes have to kind of deal with the situation that is happening. There is a terrorist attack on foot, but the Joes need to have permission to go and deal with these terrorists. Will the Joes get that permission, or will they have to do things a little sneaky? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. This issue actually had more direction than the last one. It doesn't feel quite as boring. I do like that every Joe kind of gets their own little few seconds in the sunshine, which is nice. And it feels like the Joe of old. Bad is it wasn't entirely enthralling. I'm actually going to just flip through it real quickly just as a reminder. Um, I think my biggest problem is it started picking up its pace towards the end, and then done. So next issue I think will be very action packed, which is what I want. But I would like to see a lot of more character stuff with Snake Eyes and Scarlet. I know I said that last time. They're just my two favorite characters, and come on, come on. Uh, so on a whole, 3 out of 5. Moving on to Larfeeze, issue number 3. Basically, there is a god of some sort. I don't even know. She's an interstellar space creature, cosmic force. She's called the Wanderer. These boots are made for. Oh, wait, that's walking, not wandering. Okay, anyways, and she wants to take Larfeeze's butler. She gives her life story, and the butler's like, okay, I'll join you if I get away from Larfeeze. But unfortunately, that means he gets castrated. So that means Larfeeze has to save his butler. And it's Larfeeze in a giant death battle with cosmic beings. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Did you not just hear what I said? Good. Cosmic beings fighting Larfeeze is absolutely hilarious. Great cliffhanger, what the Wanderer does to Larfeeze's ring and his core, which is really fun. Dialogue is absolutely hilarious and fun. Bad, I mean, what you have to understand, and I don't know if this is bad, this may be a turnoff to some people, is Keith Giffen tends to do a lot of dialogue, and it can be a little heavy at times. Me, I've grown accustomed to his art style, or not his art style, but his writing style with Justice League International, all the way up into this, and everything that fell in between. I'm used to it, so it's definitely something that you have to get used to. If you can get past that, solid, fun issue, 4 out of 5. Moving on to the next of the Green Lantern titles, Red Lanterns, issue number 23. So in this, Atrocitus gets his Red Lantern power back. How? How does he get a Red Lantern power back? How is he still alive? Shouldn't his heart be absolutely blown to pieces from having his ring taken off? Oh, there's a nice way of doing it. In addition to that, Guy Gardner is starting to find out that he doesn't want to be part of the Lantern Corps, and he asks for Hal to send the Blue Lantern to get him out. If you guys haven't been reading New Guardians, there are no Blue Lanterns. They're all dead. So Guy Gardner has to live with the fact that he's stuck as a Red Lantern. In addition to that, Hal Jordan gives him the message about Relic, and Blaze finds out what's going on. Oh my god, it's like a soap opera. The last person you want to find out that you're a covert Green Lantern infiltrating their core is Blaze. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I really do like the Atrocitus stuff with Dexter, and it again ties into what's happening with Relic. I think Guy Gardner's descent into darkness is handled very well. He's not turning evil. He's just going a little cuckoo being around with the Red Lanterns. And again, the cliffhanger with Blaze is nice. Bad, nothing really happened too much in the way of action. I would have liked to see a little bit more fighting, maybe between the Red Lanterns themselves. Who knows? But besides that, good issue. 4.5 out of 5. Get it. Red Lanterns has really turned a new leaf. Moving on to Captain America, the final issue of this story arc, issue number 10, Escape from Dimension Z. Basically, it is that, escaping from Dimension Z. Without spoiling too much, a main character dies, and there is not that much resolution to what happens to Captain America because he is out of Dimension Z, but where he goes, we don't know. A good bad whether or not you should get it. Good, some nice character moments, good dialogue, and I really did like the portrayal of Captain America in this. Bad, I felt the death was unnecessary if it is truly solidified as really happening. In addition to that, I feel as though this did not give the resolution that the story arc should have because it was a fantastic story arc with just a meh ending. Sure, the ending leads into what would be the next story arc, but I was a little disappointed. Saying that, I will give this a 3.5 out of 5. Captain America has been my favorite of the Marvel comics, but like I said, I'm not feeling this issue. Not as much as I did the rest of the issues. And that's not to say it's bad, it's just it's not quite as good as it could have been. Now, moving on to the comic that makes its resurrection, All-Star Weston issue number 23. Remember, I had to drop All-Star Weston because, but now I make more, I'm picking it back up. I read his previous issue, which is actually right there. You can't see it, but basically, Jonah Hex is still trapped in our time, and him and Arkham are going around and, well, experiencing what it's like to be in the 2000s. He sleeps with some women, smokes some cigarettes, drinks some alcohol, kills some people, get arrested. Oh, and all in that time, Bruce Wayne finds out that maybe this might be Jonah Hex. What will happen when the Dark Knight comes into contact with Weston's most notorious and quite possibly dangerous bounty hunter? Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. With the high octane issues that we've been having for the previous two issues, it's good to see Jonah kind of calm down and kind of absorb with the fact that he's out of time. I did like the utilization of Batman in this. It was handled very well. And there was some nice character moments with Jonah Hex, too. And the ending was awesome. Bad. I still don't like the idea of Jonah Hex being in our time. I hope he gets sent back in time and his memories erased or something like that. But besides that, it's still, I mean, good writing is good writing. Even a story that I have no interest in, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Uh, 4.5 out of 5. Moving on to Teen Titans, issue number 23. So, in this, Flash is getting taken by people. Yeah. Kid Flash, at least. Kid Flash is being taken through a portal through time because apparently he pissed off some people in the future. These people in the future are trying to grab him back. Why are they trying to grab him back? Probably because Kid Flash was a dick in the future. In addition to that, one of the Teen Titan members leaves the team, which makes me a little upset because I did like this member. And in addition to that, two Teen Titan members hook up. I'll give you a hint. Actually, no, I won't give you a hint. That would be unfair. I'll give you a hint. One of them has to do with this. So, good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. Okay, talking about Cassie's coming off as kind of a slut. Not gonna lie. Um, just want to throw that out there. She's a little bit too quick to throw herself to people. Moving that aside, sad to see one of the characters go, and I felt as though nothing was really accomplished this issue. Good. I don't know if that was a good. That was a bad. Good. There was good dialogue, and I felt as though there was some strong character moments, some sad character moments too. But on a whole, this issue was meh at best. 2 out of 5. Thor, God of Thunder, issue number 10. No, 12. Wow. How's that on 12? Thor must have had more. Anyways. Thor is trying to adjust himself back to Midgard. He's been gone for a while, so now he's doing what gods do, and that is help out the mortals. But at the same time, he finds out there's only so much a god can do. And in that, he needs to learn the limits of his powers. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Good. I felt this was a good issue to readjust Thor to man's world or Midgard or whatever it's called. Some really nice character moments, some spot on dialogue. And it really was that kind of detox issue, that slowdown issue that we needed after the epic story that we've been getting with God Bomb and everything, and God Killer. Bad, none. Thor is fantastic this month. Really, really did like it. Pick it up. Thor is just. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters, and it really was good. Talking about a really good comic, Flash versus Reverse Flash, with a shocking reveal who Reverse Flash is, what happens to one of Reverse Flash's victims, and in addition to that, an epic fight between speedsters. Is there anything else I need to say? Oh, it's awesomely drawn and has fantastic dialogue. 5 out of 5. Uh, I don't want to reveal too much on this because I don't want to reveal who Reverse Flash is, but it was one of my top threes. Yes, it was one of my top threes. Because my top threes were, it was either going to be, uh, no, I don't want to reveal because if I say who my top three are, you're probably going to find out. No, just figure it out. But it was one of my top threes. Not number one. It wasn't who I thought it was going to be, but it was like number two. Anyways, Aquaman issue number 23. Again, Aquaman. I love this comic. Aquaman has to make a decision that's hard to make. He is being overwhelmed from the king of the oceans, the Ice King, the first king or whatever, to the people that he leads to the scavenger attacking Atlantis. And while this is going on, Aquaman needs to find out if he can truly trust Mira or not. Can he? Or will, unfortunately, he once again be alone? No kingdom, no loyal servants, no Mira, no hope. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. Scavenger. Really, Scavenger, who is kind of a joke of a character, is an absolute badass in this. Everything comes to head with Aquaman in this. I really did like the moments that happened with Aquaman and some specific characters, and I really want to see where this story is going. Bad, like Flash, nothing really. 5 out of 5. Three solid titles right in a row. Moving on to Superman issue number 23. This is literally a freaking Psy War. Exactly what they say there. Hector Hammond versus Superman versus Queen Bee. Boy, oh boy, boy. Queen Bee, if you thought she was a joke beforehand, read this issue. She starts kicking ass and taking names. Quite literally kicking ass and taking names. It is a psychic fight, which is between two super powerful individuals with Superman caught in the middle. And in addition to that, a character who showed up in a previous comic, making their first appearance last week, is making an appearance this week in Superman. What a slow build this story has come to, and it's paying off. And this kind of goes into the good. The story is paying off. The characters, the villains, everything is paying off. It's taking a couple of issues, but the slow burn is working out. I do like Superman's position. That's an individual that's just caught in between. I do like the villains that are being used. The art is good, and overall, the pacing's well. I can't really say there's any complaints about this. I won't give it a 5 out of 5, but I will give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's just shy of the Nirvana that was Thor, Aquaman, and Flash. And the last comic this week, Justice League, issue number 23, Trinity Wars Conclusion. A lot happens in this. So, here we go. Not to reveal too much. Everyone's fighting. Everyone wants the skull or the box, Pandora's box. We find out what Pandora's box does. We find out that it's not what it seems. In addition to that, not only is it one, but two traitors in the Justice League. Well, there was really one traitor, but there is something else manipulating things on the background. A Justice League member is on the verge of death. In addition to that, everyone's going crazy. There's only two people that do not. John Constantine being one of them. Oh, fine. I'll reveal who the other one is. It's Batman. Yeah, Batman doesn't get affected by the Pandora's box, so at least he can think clearly. At one point, it looks like he was going to go psycho, but really he's just trying to get the box away from everyone else because, yeah, Psycho Superman and Wonder Woman would be a bad thing. And the ultimate villains of Forever Evil show up. Good, bad, whether or not you should get it. High pace, high octane, ramifications, and things I didn't see coming. Who the true villain was, or the true traitor was, and what their true motives was, didn't see coming. Although a few things I did see coming did happen. For example, Forever Evil's villains do show up in this. And who the outsider was, I say pick up that phone because I fucking called it. I knew it was. I knew it was going to be who it was. If you know anything about Silver Age stuff, whether it's Batman or Justice League, you kind of could have pinpointed and put it together, especially with Jeff Johns' love for the Silver Age. Really was a solid issue in that with everything coming out of nowhere and stuff that I didn't see coming. And I'm fearful for one of the Justice League members that they may not make it out. We get to figure out what exactly was affecting Superman, and of course, it comes to a climactic end, which will lead into Forever Evil next month. Bad. The only bad I could say is we know who the villains are for Forever Evil, so we kind of know what the ultimate ending of this story is going to be. Putting that aside, I'm still going to give this a 5 out of 5. Still issue, and I've come to realize that Trinity War is not a big crossover event, but more or less a prelude to Forever Evil, which I am pumped for. This issue ends off so solidly. Really did like it. I'm really looking forward to Forever Evil. I am beyond pumped for it. So 5 out of 5. Now to pick my Andrewcutter picks of the week. Yeah. And no, you don't. And yeah. So, coming in at number 3 would be Thor God Thunder. Thunder, not Tundra. Thunder. Thor God of Thunder. Great issue. Really nice to see Thor get reacquainted with everything on Man's World. Just fantastic. And I'm loving Thor more and more each day. Next is Justice League, issue number 23. Like I said, high octane, didn't see things coming, really did love things that happened. It really was a great ending to, for the most part, a good prelude story leading into Forever Evil, which is going to be awesome. And lastly, number 1 goes to TMNT, issue number 25. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Pick it up. And saying that, those are the comics of the week. Like I said, a big ass week. A lot of comics. A lot of good comics, though. A lot of my comics that I'm reading are good. Except for Catwoman. So, news, updates, questions, and answers. Oh, everyone see the 2DS? It's like the 3DS for kids. How do I feel about it? Because a few people asked me. I feel okay. I mean, it's made for kids. It's cheaper. It looks like a Game Boy made for kids. Nintendo is trying to corner a market. I mean, they got the hardcore gamers with 3DS. Why not get the kids with the 2DS? I think it's a good idea. Why not? Speaking of video games, guess what game I beat just before I did this video? Pikmin 3. Oh, was it as good as everyone said it was gonna be? It was pigmentastic. It is awesome. Very short game. It was a 16-hour game for me, which actually isn't a bad marker for time, but still a short game compared to the other two Pikmin. But a beautiful, stunning, and might be my favorite Pikmin. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. But everything about it was awesome. And I also got new Luigi U, so I've been playing that with my buddy, plural kind of. I played a few levels myself, and then I had my buddy come down. We played a few levels together, and then after that, yeah, we kind of just went from there. But really good game, really fun, and really enjoyable. So do enjoy new Luigi U. But I'm finally getting caught up on my games, which is making me happy. I think Sonic 06 was just the big one I had to get out of the way. Once I got out of the way, everything else is just take it in strides. Anything else in the gaming world? Nothing really. What about the comic world? I feel as though there's something comic-wise I should be talking about, but I don't know. So, moving along. Updates from me. I got sleep this weekend. Today's Labor Day. And, well, not today's Labor Day. Today's Labor Day weekend. So I get 2 days off. Then I get a 4-day work week. Then I get my bachelor party. Then I get a full week. And then I get my wedding. So life's moving fast. So it's good in that sense. But I felt as though there was something more I had to say. Guess not. I'm getting pumped for Wind Waker HD 2. I am gonna play the little shit out of that game. Wind Waker being my second favorite Zelda game. I'm glad that it's getting this treatment, this upgrade, this how should I say, rebirth, because it deserves it. It's that good of a game. So I am looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to next month with Forever Evil. That's gonna be great too. What else is happening? And I'm playing Mario and Luigi Dream Team pretty frivolously. That game is absolutely fun. It is exactly what you would expect a Mario and Luigi game. PS4, I guess, has a release date which is late October or early December, which is a little silly because you think they would do it on Black Friday, but whatever. And Nintendo has a shitload of games coming out these coming months. So it looks like it's going to be a great October, November, and December for gaming for me. A lot of stuff going to be playing. But yeah, we're going to jump into the questions and answers. I'm just going to pause it here so that, I mean, my thing only goes for an hour and then it automatically stops. We're at 38 minutes. I'm going to just stop it here just to play it safe. Be right back. Okay, on to some questions and answers. This is where you guys have the opportunity to ask me questions or comment about anything, and I will respond to it no matter what. The first few questions, though, really aren't just questions, but they're just people talking amongst each other about Bryan Cranston being Lex Luthor and whether or not it's true or not. Me, I personally don't care, so if it is, then it is. If it isn't, then it isn't. I'm not too picky on who my Alexas are. But let's start things off with the first questions. That doesn't have to deal with everyone going back and forth about that. Nick Glenn says, "Hey Andrew, two questions for you. First, do you think Joker will appear in Batman Arkham Origins? Second, are you picking up two other things? First, the Black Panther with previous, for some reason he was." So what I'm going to do this week is there's not quite as many questions as normal, and we've already gone into quite a long time, and I have stuff I have to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the questions for the week this week and roll it over into next week. So this week's questions and next week's questions will be combined together. Sounds good. But yeah, stuff came up, so I have to go do it. But I will be back. Hopefully throughout the week I'll be able to post up another video that doesn't, you know, maybe another what I am thinking. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow because I'll have time. But yes, with that said, I'm going to end this video here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.